Alright, what's going on, guys? Today I'll be breaking down the MLB slate for Wednesday, April 12th. We've got another 10-game main slate today. We got 10 games on today's Wednesday slate. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so looking at pitcher, there are 4 pitchers today that I'm going to be looking at. And starting off, I do like John Lackey today, pitching at home against the Dodgers. This isn't that good of a matchup. The Dodgers are pretty solid against the righties. They do have some lefties that can hit right-handers well, but I still like Lackey today, pitching at home. I think he has a very good chance to get a win. And he did look pretty solid in his first game out against the Cards. He pitched six innings, had 7 strikeouts, got 20 DraftKings points. His price was $9,200 in that game, and it rose to $9,900. That price is a little expensive, but I still like Lackey today. I think he has a very good chance to get a win, like I said. The Cubs should be able to give him some run support, so I really like Lackey today, especially for cash games. I think he's probably one of the safest pitchers today. Under him, I also really like Marcus Stroman today, pitching at home against Milwaukee. You all know Milwaukee is a very strikeout-prone team. They do strike out a lot, and Stroman is a very good strikeout pitcher. In his first game this year, he did have 5 strikeouts against Tampa Bay, put up 21 DraftKings points. He did look pretty solid. He pitched 6 1/3 innings in that game, only allowed 1 run. I really like Stroman today as well, pitching at home. I think the Blue Jays are going to be able to give him some run support. I think he also has a very good chance to get a win. If you're going to pay up for pitcher, also really like Marcus Stroman today. I really like him for tournaments as well. I think he has a lot of strikeout upside going up against this Brewers team. They will strike out a lot, so I really like Marcus Stroman today as well. If you're going to pay up, I think him and Lackey are the 2 SP1s that you're going to want to target today. And then for SP2, some guys that I like them a little bit cheaper in. I do like Ivan Nova today, pitching at home against the Reds. The Reds aren't that good of a hitting team, and they're going to be downgraded in parks today, playing in PNC Park. I really like Nova pitching at home in that ballpark. That ballpark is a pitcher-friendly park. Nova did look pretty solid in his first game out against the Braves. He had 21 DraftKings points, pitched 6 innings, had 4 strikeouts, didn't allow any runs. So Nova was pretty solid his first time out this year. His price did rise from $7K from his last game all the way up to $8K, which is a little expensive, but this is a really good matchup. The Reds do strike out a lot. I definitely think you can target Ivan Nova today as well for SP2. I really like him. I think he has a very good chance to get a win. I think the Pirates are going to be able to give him some run support today, so I do like Ivan Nova as well. And then one more guy I like is Stephen Wright at $7,600, pitching at home against the Orioles. For PVB, Wright has done very well against the Orioles in his career. 62 at-bats, the Orioles have only hit 129 against Stephen Wright, so they have really struggled to hit him. Wright is a knuckleballer, which might explain it. Maybe the Orioles have struggled to hit his knuckleball. But Wright hasn't looked that good this year. On his first game out against the Tigers, he only had 8 DraftKings points. He pitched 6 2/3 innings, only had 4 strikeouts, gave up 4 earned runs. But I really like him today, just given the fact that the Orioles have struggled to hit him. And the Orioles will strike out a lot as well. I definitely like Stephen Wright today for tournaments. I think he has really good strikeout upside. And since the Orioles are going to be putting Abato on the mound, I think the Red Sox are going to be able to put up some runs. They should be able to give Stephen Wright some run support. So he does have a pretty solid chance to get a win, which is always a plus. Get you those 4 extra DraftKings points. So I really like him today as well. The Orioles have really struggled to hit him, so you can target him at just $7,600 if you need an SP2. And yeah, those are some SP2s that I like today. For SP1s, I like John Lackey and Marcus Stroman. I think if you're going to pay up for pitcher, those are the 2 guys you want to look at. And then for SP2s, got them a little bit cheaper in. I like Ivan Nova today, and also like Stephen Wright. Those are going to be the 4 pitchers that I look at. But yeah, that's pretty much it for all the pitchers I like today. Let's go ahead and move on to catcher. Alright, for catcher, there are a couple value plays I like here today. One guy I like is Salvador Perez at just $3,600, going up against Andrew Triggs. Triggs is not a good pitcher. He has not looked good this year. And I really like Perez today at just $3,600. He has been playing very well lately. In his last 4 games, he's put up 19, 14, 14, and 3 DraftKings points. Perez has homered 3 times in his last 4 games, so he has been hitting the ball very well lately. I think you can definitely target him at that cheap price tag. And given this matchup against Andrew Triggs, Triggs is not a good pitcher. He does struggle, so I really like Salvador Perez today. If you need some cheaper value plays at catcher, I like him. And also at that same price tag, I'm really liking JT Realmuto. Realmuto will be going up against Jaime Garcia today, and Garcia is a lefty, so Realmuto is going to be getting the platoon split. And JT has just been on an absolute tear lately. On his last 4 games, he put up 23, 26, 20, and 3 DraftKings points. And he's also doing very well again tonight. I really like him as well at just $3,600, getting the platoon split advantage against Garcia. I really like this matchup. Garcia is not a good pitcher. I definitely think you can target Realmuto today. With the way he's been playing, he's just way too cheap. He's been hitting the ball very well lately. You can definitely target him for some cheaper value at catcher. I like him at just 3,600. And there's one more value play I like, and that's Steven Wright at 3,300 going up against Jason Hamill. Hamill did not look good in his first outing this year. He did struggle. And I really like Stephen Vogt today, getting the platoon split advantage against Hamill. I think Vogt will do very well today. In his last 4 games, put up 5, 5, 2, and 10 DraftKings points. He has been a little inconsistent, but I really like him in this matchup, getting the platoon split advantage. And given the fact that Hamill has not looked good this year, I really like Stephen Vogt as well. If you need some value, you can definitely target him at just 3,300. If you need a cheaper catcher on the slate, I like him. And yeah, those are a couple of value plays I like at catcher today. Let's go ahead and move on to first base. All right, for first base value, I really like Adam Duvall today, going up against Ivan Nova. If you're not going to play Nova today, then you can definitely target Adam Duvall. Nova will struggle at times, and Duvall has been on an absolute tear lately. In his last 2 games, put up 26 and 16 DraftKings points. And right now, as I'm recording this video, he just hit another home run tonight. So I really like him today at just 4K. The only thing I don't like is playing in this ballpark. This is going to be a downgrade in parks for the Reds, but I still love Adam Duvall today at just 4K, given that cheap price. And with the way he's been playing, you can definitely target him for first base value. Going up against Ivan Nova, Nova will give up home runs, and Duvall is a very good power hitter. So I like him if you need some first base value. Another value play I like for 100 less is Kendrick Morales going up against Chase Anderson. Morales will be batting from his left side today since Chase Anderson is a righty, and Morales does bat a lot better from his left side. You can definitely target him at just 3,900. He has been really consistent lately. In his last 4 games, put up 20, 11, 3, and 7 DraftKings points. And I really like him playing at home in Toronto. That ballpark is a hitter's park. A lot of home runs are hit there. You can definitely target Kendrick Morales today if you need some first base value. Going up against Chase Anderson, Anderson will struggle. He is not a good pitcher. So I like Kendrick Morales as well today. If you need some first base value, you can definitely target him. And then there's one more value play I like, and that's Brandon Belt going up against Shelby Miller. Belt will be getting the platoon split advantage going up against the righty and Shelby Miller. And Miller is not a good pitcher. Although he did look kind of solid in his first game out, don't believe in that. Miller, he has struggled, and he will struggle today against the Giants. I think the Giants are definitely going to be able to put up some runs. So I really like Brandon Belt today at just 3,800. He hasn't been that good lately. On his last 4 games, he's put up 34, 5, 6, and 4 DraftKings points. But I really like him today to get close to double digits, maybe exceed that. Going up against Shelby Miller, Miller will give up a lot of hard contact. He will give up home runs, and Belt does have pretty good power. He's already hit 3 home runs this year. The only thing I don't like, though, is playing at home in AT&T Park. That ballpark is a pitcher's park, but I still like Belt today. Given the matchup against Shelby Miller, I definitely think he's going to do well. Miller will struggle, and he will give up home runs, so I like Brandon Belt today. If you need some first base value, you can also target him at just 3,800. Yeah, those are some first basemen I like for value today. Let's go ahead and move on to second base. All right, for second base value, I do like Rougned Odor today at 4,100 going up against Jesse Chavez. I know 4,100 isn't really much value, but for Rougned Odor, that is a cheap price. In Odor's last 4 games, his price tag has been 43, 48, 44, and 4,200. So you are getting a little bit of discount on him at just 4,100, and that is cheap given the matchup against Chavez. Chavez is not that good of a pitcher. He will give up home runs, and Odor has already shown off his power this year, going deep 3 times. So I like him today. I don't really like this ballpark. The Angels ballpark is a pitcher's park, but just given the price tag and the matchup, you can definitely target Rougned Odor. He will be getting the platoon split advantage going up against the righty. And like I already said, Chavez does struggle. He will give up home runs, so I like Rougned Odor today at just 4,100. That price tag is cheap for him given the matchup, so you can target him. And there are a couple guys that I like at 3,500. Starting off, I do like Howie Kendrick today going up against Zach Wheeler. Wheeler did not look very good in his first outing. He did struggle, and with the way Howie Kendrick has been playing, I really like him today. I think he's going to be able to do very well. In Kendrick's last 4 games, he put up 8, 31, 9, and 7 DraftKings points. So he has been really consistent. He's been producing, and given this matchup against Zach Wheeler, Wheeler did not look good, like I said. I definitely think you can target Howie Kendrick today at just 3,500. He should definitely be a lot more expensive than that. He's been hitting the ball very well this year with the Phillies. He's batting 400, so you can target him with the way he's been playing. And at that same price tag, also like his teammate in Cesar Hernandez. Hernandez will be batting from his left side today since Wheeler is a righty, and Hernandez does bat a lot better from his left side. He has also been playing very well lately. He's been producing. In his last 4 games, put up 9, 23, 12, and 5 DraftKings points. So he has been pretty consistent. You can also target him at that same price tag. Hernandez does have really good upside. He does have a little bit of power. He does have pretty good speed. He has over 20 DraftKings point upside in this matchup. He's already shown he can get over 20. On April 8th against Washington, he did have 23 DraftKings points, so he does have really good upside that you want for tournaments. So if you need a tournament play for second base, I like Cesar Hernandez on the cheaper end at just 3,500. I definitely think he's going to do well today. I think Zach Wheeler is going to struggle again, so I like Cesar Hernandez as well. If you need some value at second base, you can definitely target him. Yeah, those are some second basemen that I like for value. Let's go ahead and move on to third base. All right, for third base value, really like Eduardo Nunez today, going up against Shelby Miller. Like Nunez at just 3,800, that is really cheap for him. He has been pretty consistent lately. In his last 4 games, put up 3, 5, 7, and 3 DraftKings points. So he has been getting the job done. And I like him given this matchup against Miller. Miller does struggle. He is not a good pitcher, and he will give up home runs. And Nunez does have pretty good power. I definitely think you can target him. He also has really good upside. He does steal bases. So I like Eduardo Nunez. If you need some third base value, you can target him at just 3,800. I definitely think the Giants are going to be able to score some runs today. So I like Nunez. In that same game, I also really like Jake Lamb, just 3,700, going up against Matt Cain. Matt Cain is also a very bad pitcher, and Lamb is going to be going up against the righty, getting the platoon split advantage. I love him today. He does hit really well against righties. You can definitely target him at just 3,700. The only thing I don't like is this ballpark. AT&T Park is a pitcher's park, but I still love Lamb. He's really been consistent lately. In his last 4 games, put up 12, 9, 5, and 3 DraftKings points. So he's been getting the job done. You can definitely target him. Going up against Matt Cain. Matt Cain is not a good pitcher. I definitely think the Diamondbacks are also going to be able to score some runs today. So I like Jake Lamb if you need some third base value. You can target him at just 3,700. That is way too cheap. Given the matchup, I think he's going to do very well today. And then there's one more third base value play I like, and that's Mike Moustakas going up against Andrew Triggs. Moustakas is a lefty, and he will be getting the platoon split advantage against Triggs. I also really like him today. Andrew Triggs is not a good pitcher. I definitely think the Royals are also going to be able to score some runs today, so you can definitely target Moustakas. He has been playing pretty well lately as well. On his last 4 games, put up 7, 3, 17, and 0 DraftKings points. So he does have good upside. He does have a lot of power. He's already went deep 3 times this year. And Andrew Triggs will struggle. He will give up home runs. You can definitely target Mike Moustakas today at just 3,400. Also really like him today if you need some third base value. And yeah, those are some value plays that I like at third base. Let's go and move on to shortstop. All right, for shortstop value, I already mentioned Eduardo Nunez. I like him today. You can play him at third base and shortstop. I like Addison Russell today at 3,800, going up against Brandon McCarthy. McCarthy is not that good of a pitcher, and I really like Russell's price tag at just 3,800. He's been really consistent lately. On his last 4 games, put up 3, 19, 16, and 5 DraftKings points. So he has been producing. And I like this. I like this ballpark playing at home in Wrigley Field. That it is a hitter-friendly park, so you can target Addison Russell today at just 3,800. I think that price is too cheap. I think the Cubs are going to be able to score some runs today, so you can target him. He's been playing pretty well this year, so I like Addison Russell if you need some shortstop value. At that same price tag, I also really like Asdrubal Cabrera going up against Vince Velasquez. Velasquez is a solid pitcher, but he will definitely struggle at times. Cabrera has been pretty consistent lately. In his last 4 games, put up 5, 3, 5, and 9 DraftKings points. So he has been producing. And as I'm recording this video, he did just hit a home run tonight. So I like him today. Batting from his left side against Velasquez, he does bat a lot better from his left. So you can target Asdrubal Cabrera if you need some shortstop value. I like that $3,800 price tag. And given the matchup against Velasquez, I think he's going to do well today. So I like Asdrubal Cabrera if you need some shortstop value. And then another value play I like is Brandon Crawford at just 3,500, going to get Shelby Miller. Crawford will be getting the platoon split advantage against the righty and Shelby Miller. Like I already said, I don't think Shelby Miller is a good pitcher. People are going to see that he did well in his first game, and they might shy away from the Giants today. And I think that's going to be a bad idea. I definitely think the Giants are going to score some runs. You can definitely stack them today. And I like Brandon Crawford if you're going to stack them. He's been pretty consistent lately. In his last 4 games, put up 5, 5, 8, and 9 DraftKings points. He has been producing. I like that price tag as well at just 3,500. That is way too cheap. Given the matchup against Shelby Miller, I think Brandon Crawford is going to do very well today. Like I already said, though, I don't like this ballpark, but I still love Crawford today at that cheap price. I think Shelby Miller is going to get rocked. I think the Giants are going to be able to put up some runs, so you can target Brandon Crawford if you need some shortstop value. And yeah, those are some value plays that I like today at shortstop. Let's go and move on to outfield. All right, for outfield value, one guy I like today at just 3,700 is Marcell Ozuna going up against Jaime Garcia. Ozuna has been playing very well lately. As I'm recording this video, he just hit his second home run of the night. And in his last 4 games, he's put up 3, 15, 23, and 0 DraftKings points. So he has been hitting the ball pretty well. He's put over double digits twice in his last 4 games. And I like this matchup against Garcia. Marcell Ozuna will be getting the platoon split advantage. So you can definitely target him at just 3,700. Jaime Garcia will struggle. He does give up a ton of home runs. He will give up hard contact. And Ozuna has already shown off his pop this year. So I like Marcell Ozuna. If you need some outfield value, I like that price tag at just 3,700. You can definitely target him. And at 3,500, I also really like Nomar Mazara going up against Jesse Chavez. Mazara just seems way too cheap for me, way too cheap to me. In Nomar Mazara's last 4 games, his salary has been 3,700, 4,100, 3,800, and 4K. So you're definitely getting a discount on him today at 3,500. I know this ballpark isn't a great hitter's park, but given the matchup against Jesse Chavez, Mazara will be getting the platoon split advantage, and I really like him to do very well today. Mazara has just been hitting the ball very well this year. He's batting .417. He's already shown off his pop, hitting 2 home runs. I definitely think he has a chance to take Chavez deep. Chavez will struggle. He will give up home runs. So I really like Nomar Mazara as well. If you need some outfield value, you can definitely target him at just 3,500. I really like that price tag given the matchup. Then another guy I like for a little bit cheaper is David Peralta going up against Matt Cain. I really like this matchup for Peralta going up against the righty. Peralta will be getting the platoon split, and you can definitely target him with his cheap price of just 3,400. He has been pretty consistent lately. In his last 4 games, put up 6, 16, 8, and 2 DraftKings points. So he has been producing. He hasn't been killing you. And given the matchup against Matt Cain, I also, like I already mentioned, I think the Diamondbacks are going to be able to put up some runs today. Matt Cain is not a good pitcher. He will give up a ton of home runs. I definitely think you can target David Peralta. I don't really like the ballpark, like I said, but still, given the matchup, I like Peralta and his cheap price. So if you need some more outfield value, I like him today at just 3,400. That price tag is really intriguing given the matchup. And yeah, there's some outfielders that I like today for value. I'm going to go ahead and give you guys some of my favorite plays tonight. Alright guys, so this is half of my lineup filled out for tonight's slate. I filled out the lineup with my favorite pitcher for tonight, along with some of my favorite value hitters. If you guys want to get the other half of my lineup before lock, then follow me on Twitter at the DFS_GOAT and send me a message on Twitter, and I'll get you a lineup for whatever site you play on. Even if you play on FanDuel, I give out lineups for FanDuel as well. So, like I said, if you want to get my lineups, follow me on Twitter. But yeah, thanks so much for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. Please be sure to like the video and subscribe if you enjoyed. I upload these videos every day, so I'd appreciate it if you would subscribe. And if you never want to miss out on any videos, then click the bell icon next to my YouTube name, and that'll notify you every time I upload. So if you never want to miss out on a video, you can do that. I would really appreciate it. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you in the next video. Good luck tonight, guys. Peace.
Send me your location, let's focus on communicating, cause I just need the time and place to come through. Send me your location, let's ride the vibrations. I don't need